A couple of weeks ago, I released a video on a game that launched and is subsequently shutting down all within a year's time frame. Now that video I made gained over 1 million views in just 2 weeks, and a lot of those comments reflected the fact that you guys had never even heard of the game before, which kind of blew my mind a little bit. The story of today's video, however, features a lot of moving parts, millions of dollars of investment, and a game that is nowhere near done or worth the sunken cost that it's accumulated. Leave a like on the video and subscribe down below if you guys enjoy it. My name is Big Fry. Let's get into it. So another game that was on my radar that was still in active development up until recently was Scavengers, described as a strategic shooter where players form squads to compete for survival and dominance across a hostile frozen wasteland. It was a free-to-play game that released into Steam's early access platform in April of 2021, alongside a release on the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. It was an interesting mix of PvP and PvE in this squad-based battle royale, and I remember playing it a little bit at launch, but it was still very early on in development, and I just wanted to give it more time. Now, the game was originally developed by Midwinter Entertainment, founded in 2016 by former Halo and Battlefield developers. In March of 2018, Scavengers was announced, being built on Unreal Engine and utilizing Improbable's SpatialOS cloud-based game development platform, and with that, a multi-million-dollar investment in the game by Improbable. Now, Improbable had previously raised over $500 million in funding, and they were planning to use a portion of that money to purchase and invest in Scavengers. Keep in mind, this is 2019, and it was coming off the heels of 3 other high-profile games that were using SpatialOS that got the axe this same year. Bosa Studios' Worlds Adrift, Spilt Milk's Lazarus, both of which were abandoned in pre-release testing, alongside the 1,000-player battle royale known as Maverick's Proving Grounds. Fans of this channel might remember my coverage of that last one. It was not good. The likelihood of this game succeeding, if previous history of other developments were anything to go by, was pretty low. But Scavengers moved forward regardless, developing the game further and inevitably releasing onto Steam in May of 2021. Now, at the time of recording this video, Scavengers had peaked at an all-time high on Steam of 16,712. Not a small number by any means, but for a studio and a game that received multi-million dollars in funding, that was a pretty bleak outlook. The numbers dropped off a cliff almost instantly as gamers grew more and more tired of the battle royale genre, tired of early access unfinished games, and free-to-play models starting to drain gamers' wallets for said unfinished content. It was a poor combination that released, in my opinion, 8 years too late. Earlier this year in June of 2022, however, Midwinter would be purchased by Dead by Daylight creators Behavior Interactive. And according to their website, Midwinter's team were already currently working on their next unannounced title. On November 10th, 2022, the end was near. A post on the Scavengers website explained to their dwindling player base that with a heavy heart, they've made the decision to shut the game down on December 16th, 2022. Their message continued, over the last few months we've seen a decline in the player base, and whilst we explored many options to reinvigorate the server population while the game is in early access, it became clear that it was unsustainable to continue development and live service. We're all proud of what we accomplished, and we are grateful to every player who took the time to play, even if it was just for a short while. The end of the long, expensive road was here for Scavengers, yet another game in the ever-growing graveyard of SpatialOS games, and yet another game that lasted less time on the market than it did in active development. Now, are you someone who's played Scavengers or were interested in trying the game at some point? Or, like with 9 to 5, are you somebody who's never heard of this title at all? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like on it and subscribe for more content just like this. As always, guys, my name is Big Fry. Stay safe, stay frosty, and I'll see you on the next one.